Well, hi, we're going to be making dinner tonight. We're going to do a balsamic glazed salmon. Now, the reason you want to watch that is because I am terrible at cooking seafood. So if I'm terrible, why would you want to watch it? Because I found a recipe that is phenomenal. And even someone like me can cook it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with one nice piece of salmon here. I've got a 1 pound piece of salmon. What I tried to find was the thickest salmon I could get. This was kind of important, so I want you to pay attention to that and get the thickest cut you can get. But this was the only thick one we had at our market, so that's what I got. So then you are going to just salt and pepper just on one side, not on the skin side. And just, I don't know how much, just that much, okay? We're going to have apricot preserves. Now, I have an apricot tree that is prolific. So what we did is we canned a lot of apricots. All I did is just took those, put them in a pan, reduced them down to that kind of consistency, if you can see that, and that became our apricot preserves. Now, if you don't have that, not a problem, just buy a jar of apricot preserves. That'll do exactly the same thing for you. Then there's 8 grams of balsamic vinegar. Don't try to use a rice wine vinegar or a red wine vinegar. No, you really do need balsamic vinegar for this. So you will incorporate those. And then 20 grams of soy. And that is your glaze. Just mix it up like that. And I have set my broiler on high, and I've also set the rack, the shelf at the highest level. You want it as close to the broiler as you can get it. If you have an oven where there's too much separation, then get one of these sheets, turn it upside down, invert it, and then you can set this on top of it, which will get you closer to the flame because you really do want it on the flame. Then we want to just glaze this. Now you want to be careful here. You do not want to puddle it. If you puddle it, I will forewarn you, it is going to burn. So you just want a nice glaze on this, just like this. So excited to show this to you because even if you're a novice, this is the quality of salmon that you would get in any fine restaurant. You are going to be so happy with this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the broiler and it's going to broil for 4 minutes, real quick. All right, now while the salmon is in there broiling, then I'm going to get the asparagus ready. Now if you haven't been cooking asparagus, you're going to get a long stalk like this. All you do is break it like that. Wherever it breaks, this is the woody part, this is the good part. So it's a very simple way to do it. Now, the woody part here, just like that. Now, all this would be not that good to eat, but I will tell you, it makes amazing asparagus soup. So you get all the flavor, but you don't want the fibers. So if you're making asparagus soup, then you pull this out and you just have the broth that is amazing. But we're going to leave these over here and we're going to cook these as we get closer to the end of dinner. You guys, this is a really, really, really quick dinner. Now, along with the salmon and the asparagus, what we are also going to have is jasmine rice. It's cooking right now, and the aroma of that rice is absolutely amazing. Our 4 minutes is up, so let's take a look at what we have going here in our broiler. Ooh, yum. Just look at that, will ya? Now what you're going to do is you're going to shut that broiler off, and you are going to put your oven on at 350. There's your thick part and your very thin part of this. So what we want to do is we want to cover that thin part because we do not want it to become overcooked, and that could easily happen. So just a little bit of foil on there. And then we're going to pour the rest of this glaze on here. Just like this. You know, I want a little bit more of the glaze on this part, even though it's not going to be introduced to direct heat. I think I get excited about things like this when I have had so much trouble for so many years really doing seafood or fish of any kind. And when I can find a recipe that is spectacular, as this one is, and it takes minutes, just minutes to cook, and anybody can do it, I love that. I love being able to share things with you that really work well. And this really works well. So now I'm going to put that back over, that skinny little part. Okay, now we're going to put this in the oven, and it's going to go in at 350 degrees, and you want it on the bottom third of your oven. Just like that. While that's cooking, I'm going to turn some water on, and I just have some lemon in there, and that's where I'm going to put the asparagus, and we're just going to cook them very, very quickly. Now we have to test the salmon. So we're going to pull it out. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So the way you test it is you're going to put your spatula in, and if it breaks apart easily, it's done. It's not breaking apart that easily, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it back in to the oven. It's going to go for another 2 minutes. And you want to test yours, and just if you can get at least 2/3 of the way through, it's good enough, because it will continue to cook as it rests a little bit. But that didn't go that far. So back in you go. So while we're waiting for the last couple of minutes, this came up to a boil. I popped the asparagus in. All I did was put in a couple of lemons. I'm going to bring them to a boil. They're only going to boil for a couple of minutes because we kind of like them al dente. All right, let's take a look and see if we are all the way through or if we are okay. Oh, that's perfect, you guys. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what you're looking for. We are good. So now what you want to do is just slide your spatula in between the salmon and the skin. We're going to leave the skin behind. And we're going to pull this beautiful, beautiful piece of salmon out. So we just slid the spatula in between the salmon and the skin, leaving the skin behind. But I don't want to leave that little piece behind, okay? All right, now give me a minute and let me plate it. We are good, we are plated, and it looks gorgeous. You could serve this to anyone. So now it's all about taking a taste. So if you take a look and you can kind of separate your salmon like that, it is excellent and cooked correctly. All right, so let's have a little taste. Whoa. That's a big taste. Let's do a little taste. Oh my God. That is so good, you guys. And no, I am not eating that much for dinner. I'm splitting this with cameraman. But I do want to show you a different alternative here. This one I did yesterday. So what you want to do is exactly the same thing I did. Then you refrigerate it for 24 hours. Now look at that. Now what you do with this beautiful thing is you can serve it over a salad. You can serve it as just an appetizer where they would just take chunks. Totally different taste, but both of them are amazing. So, know you have some options here. I know you can enjoy all of them. So I will leave you the ingredients. Ingredients will be below. Thumbs up, you guys, thumbs up, and please subscribe, and please come back. Love, love, love having you here. So now, cameraman and I are ready for dinner, and I hope you will have this amazing dinner one night on your menu. Bye. Have a wonderful evening.